Join me as I dive deep into the mysterious cases of Anneliese Michel and Emily Rose and try to uncover what really happened to them. Anneliese Michel's story is one that has captivated people for decades. Her tragic life and death have inspired countless books, films, and documentaries, including the horror movie The Exorcism of Emily Rose. But what really happened to Anneliese, and how did her story inspire a film that will go on to terrify audiences around the world? In this video, we're going to explore the events surrounding Anneliese's life and death, and see how it inspired the film about Emily Rose. Anneliese's story is a complex and disturbing one, full of twists and turns that will ultimately lead to her tragic demise. Born in 1952 in a small town in Germany, Anneliese grew up in a devoutly Catholic family. Her childhood was marked by a strong sense of faith and a deep connection to the church. However, things took a dark turn when Anneliese began experiencing strange and terrifying events. At first, Anneliese's symptoms were dismissed as mere anxiety or stress, but as time went on, it became clear that something much more sinister was at play. She began to experience convulsions, hallucinations, and even mysterious voices in her head. Her family was at a loss for what to do, and it wasn't until they turned to the Catholic Church for help that things took a dramatic turn. As Anneliese's condition worsened, her family became increasingly desperate for a solution. They turned to a local priest, Father Ernest Alt, who believed that Anneliese was possessed by demons. This marked the beginning of a series of exorcisms that would ultimately lead to Anneliese's tragic death. Anneliese's exorcism was a brutal and intense process that lasted for months. Her family, along with the priests involved, became convinced that she was possessed by multiple demons and that the only way to free her was through intense prayer and ritual. The exorcisms were performed in secret and were characterized by violent outbursts and bizarre rituals. The exorcisms themselves were a complex and disturbing mix of prayer, ritual, and even physical violence. Anneliese was subject to intense physical abuse and was even forced to undergo brutal rituals designed to cleanse her of the demons. It's a truly terrifying picture, and one that raises serious questions about the role of the church in Anneliese's death. In the aftermath of Anneliese's death, her parents and the priests involved were arrested and put on trial for neglect and manslaughter. The trial was a highly publicized and controversial one, with many arguing that the church had gone too far in its attempts to cure Anneliese. The priests involved were ultimately convicted, but the controversy surrounding the case has continued to this day. The story of Emily Rose is a fascinating one, and one that is deeply connected to Anneliese's own tragic tale. The 2005 horror film, The Exorcism of Emily Rose, was loosely based on Anneliese's story and explores the same themes of possession, faith, and the supernatural. But how accurate is the film? And what does it reveal about her ongoing fascination with exorcism and the supernatural? The film itself is a tense and terrifying exploration of the events surrounding Emily Rose's possession. It raises important questions about the role of faith in modern life and the dangers of blindly following religious dogma. But it also raises important questions about mental health and the ways in which we often misunderstand and misdiagnose it. The public's reaction to both Anneliese's case and the film has been intense and varied. Many have argued that the church went too far in its attempts to cure Anneliese, while others have defended the priests involved. Meanwhile, the film has sparked a debate about the role of exorcism in modern life and the ways in which it can be used to explain away complex mental health issues. Anneliese Michel's story has had a profound effect on popular culture, including countless books, films, and documentaries, but it's also raised important questions about our ongoing fascination with exorcism and the supernatural. As we reflect on Anneliese's tragic tale, it's clear that her story is one that will continue to haunt us for years to come. In conclusion, Anneliese Michel's story is a complex and disturbing one, full of twists and turns that ultimately led to her tragic demise. It's a story that raises important questions about faith, mental health, and the supernatural, and one that continues to fascinate and terrify us to this day. Thanks for watching, everyone, and if you have any thoughts on Anneliese Michel's case, or the film The Exorcisms of Emily Rose, be sure to leave them in the comments below. If you want to explore more mysterious cases, be sure to check out my video on this and other spooky topics. I'll see you in the next video.